Me and my wife, Aditi, way back around 1999, 2000, we started working with children. And after, few years of working with children, we realized that um, there's so much about children and about learning that we don't know, or at least we thought we all know what is education. But when we started working with children, they showed us a totally different view of education, which was very interesting, very, very energetic, very, very enlightening. And yeah, interestingly, when after that we read a lot of, after working with children for a few years, we started also reading a lot of people, uh, right from Aurobindo to Krishnamurti to people like Maria Montessori, Steiner, Dewey, Piaget, you name it, all the big names. And we realized, interestingly, all the big names were saying what we were seeing the children doing. But when we looked at education as the way it is, the conventional education, it was nowhere near what children were telling or what these educationists or experts or gurus of the world were telling. So I want to share two things that we learned from two main things. I mean, there are thousands of things that we learn and we are still learning from children. But two main things that we learned from these children were, number one, is that children like to do what they like to do. Yeah. Now that may sound very simple, but that's actually amazing. Children like to do what they like to do. But maybe the educationists believe that they should do what the educationists believe that they should do. Right? In fact, we as adults, even I, and I'm sure you, like to do what you like to do. So that's a very natural thing, but that's not how the world is operating. At least the education world is operating. So that was one of the most important things that we learned about children and about learning. The second thing that we learned about children is that they have all the resources to live, to do, to learn. Yeah. Well, when I say resources, I don't mean external resources. That none of us have all the resources. We all can go to places where there are resources, or in many other ways get them. But the resources that are required inside, the ability to think, the ability to figure out, the ability to connect, the ability to make relationships, the ability to manage, not even manage, understand their own emotions, relationships, and so on and so forth. We have all the abilities for doing everything in our life, right from doing businesses to doing getting a job, cracking an interview. It may look like we don't have, we will need some gurus to tell us, but hang on, that is the beauty of it. We have the resources. Why didn't allow them to use their resources, develop develop their muscles? It's like we are all born with muscles, but if we don't use it, then we can't say that, hey, we don't have muscles. One of the best examples of this insight is how a child learns mother tongue. All of us have learned mother tongue in the first 2 3 years of our life, and our children have learned, and all of us have learned without anybody teaching us. We pick up from the environment. We start with one word, start making sentences, start making grammatically correct sentences, start picking vocabulary, start even speaking two or three languages, if that's what is spoken in our in our environment. Like both my children, when they were very young, they picked up both Hindi and English, the two languages that I used to speak. But my daughter additionally picked up Kannada because our house help was Kannada speaking, and my son picked up Malayalam because his immediate peers were all Malayalis. So you see how amazing they are, how amazingly capable they are. So these are the two main things. There are many things which I can't pack it in one session. I'll possibly need 17 years to share what all I've learned from children. But let's start with this much, because these two has shaped the way we have looked at education, and the way actually the education exists. It exists all around us. It's not something very, very different. So Gunjan, when you say, hey, homeschooling, it's not something alien to you. It's something that is natural to you. Even at this age, Gunjan and Shweta, when you want to learn something, just go ahead and learn it. You may get a book, you may see somebody doing it, you may try doing it, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So it's very, very
Yes,
natural.
yes.
And that is the beauty of this learning. Yeah. So that's a long introduction from my side. Preeti, you can do a quick introduction, and then I can start a small presentation.
Yes. So, hello, Gunjan, Shweta, and Ratnesh. I'm Preeti. We are a family from Mumbai. We have been with Aarohi since more than, I think, 6 years now. And we started this open learning journey when our daughter was 7 years old. Now she's 13. And this community has been has been shoulder to shoulder with us all the time and is there always all the time. So it has supported us in all our whichever, like, everything that we were doing, and in terms of social, emotional, and educational needs, every need basically. So that is how. And we are from Mumbai. We mostly connect online, and we also do travel to Aarohi campus, which is near Bangalore. Yeah, that's it as of now. Yes, Ratnesh, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Preeti. Right. So let me run you through a small presentation. Um, So when we say child-based education, the kind of that's the kind of education ROE follows. What is it suitable for? What is ROE here for? We can say three audience. One is where the child is not enjoying or struggling, not aligned with the conventional classroom-based, subject exams-based, school and college-based kind of education. That's one audience. The second audience is if you are the ones who are, as parents, are not happy with the conventional education. That's where I sense Gunjan was. And the third is for obviously people who are already dived into homeschooling, unschooling, kind of Gunjan, you are there also, you're starting homeschooling. And you are looking for like minded people who have walked this journey, who have done this journey. By the way, I didn't mention about my two children. I have two children. My daughter is now 27. She was actually the first child of Aarohi. With her, we started Aarohi. And she's now 27. She has not gone to school after initial one few years. And she did not give any 10, 12. She did not go to any college. She has no degree whatsoever. Yeah. So that's my daughter. My son is 21. He has obviously not gone to school at all. He's never been inside a compound of a school, actually. Yeah, so he's never ever been to a school and not any exam. The only exam is given in driving test, right? And yes, and he's also a professional in his own field. No degree, no 10, 12, no exams, no schools. So these are my two children, but I'm very fortunate, or rather me and my wife Aditi and including Preeti, we have been all fortunate to have so many families, so many children who have done this journey, who have now become all adults and doing all lots of interesting things. Yeah, so that's a little bit more specific to my family. Yeah, so coming back to this slide, yeah, so these are the three, you can say, group of people uh, who are part of ROE. And finally, we all become, child education kind of thing, open learners as the other term that we use. Yeah. Now, all of these terms, whether you say open learning, unschooling, homeschooling, child-based education, whatever, Arohi kind of education, they're all the same because in all of these, the hero of the child's education is the child. It's no more some syllabus, some curriculum, some exam, some school, something. No, nothing else. The child is the real hero. So obviously, people have some basic questions. So I will cover five main points, and actually, I'll cover these five main points three times because they're so important. I can actually cover them 333 times, but I'll only cover them three times, and you will see how I cover them. Uh, First, let me answer some of the common questions. So people ask, hey, in child-based education, what is the curriculum? So obviously the curriculum is around the child's interest, very simply because the child likes doing things which the child likes doing. So whatever the child is interested in, one child is interested in football, another child is interested in origami. third child is interested in making a rocket, fourth child is interested in baking, and maybe a fifth child is interested in all of these things, right? Or a combination of these things, or singing, or dancing, or or anything actually, anything. Life is not about some subjects or some particular set of subjects in today's world. Everything is so beautiful. Anybody doing anything is so, so beautiful. And if the joy is coming from inside, then that joy is unparalleled. So that's the curriculum. The joy is the curriculum, and or the child is the curriculum. The second thing people ask is, hey, so what's the structure? I mean, there's no structure. There's only freedom. We say, no, 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 no. In fact, there's more structure in this than actually any other system, because here the child designs his or her own structure. The child decides on an everyday basis, what am I going to do today? And what I'm going to do this week, this month, this year, depending on the age of the child. Very young children, like 4-year-olds, will decide only about today. But as children grow older, like how Shweta mentioned, 11, 12, they start thinking about month, or even few months, a quarter, or something like that. But the whole learning plan is very dynamic. It depends on the children, what they like at this moment. Children are dynamic human beings, constantly evolving, constantly. Today they are liking something, tomorrow they are liking something. So that's the whole idea. But they are owning their learning, because they are designing what they want to do, how much time they want to do in something, and how much they want to move ahead in something, and so on. So there's a lot of ownership. It's all driven by totally self motivation. In fact, there is only one kind of motivation: self. Rest all is danda or bribery, right? The real motivation is only one, which comes from within. That's very obvious. Yeah. Okay. The third thing is, okay, meanwhile, we have two more people joining us, Sri Lakshmi and Monica. So, hi, Monica. Hi, Sri Lakshmi. We'll take your introduction after I finish my presentation. Yeah. So, stay tuned. The third aspect, people say, okay, so how does learning happen? Well, while learning can happen from YouTube, from books, from other people, I can find who can teach me. The most important learning happens by doing. Children love doing, hands-on. If they want to sing, they sing. If they want to dance, they dance. Yes, they will collect stuff from here and there, and kind of add inputs to it. But it's also very application-based. That's why I call it doing, doing, doing. That's what children like doing. And actually, we also like doing. Don't we say, the most I learned was on the job? That means that's how we really learn, by doing things. That's very natural to us. But apart from that, all the resources in the whole world, in fact, we say the whole world is our classroom. We can go to anybody, anywhere in the world, and actually learn from them. Yeah. The fourth thing people ask is, hey, what about assessment? What about progress? Well, the most beautiful examination is today. If I'm living today, facing the challenges today, if I thought of making a castle, but it didn't come out, the cardboard collapsed, and I'm like shattered, that's an examination. Okay. And in life, that's how we learn. We learn by doing, failing, reflecting, succeeding, reflecting, doing something, reflecting. And obviously, children also track their own progress in their own ways. A lot of sometimes build upon from parents and guided by others. They also build their portfolio, what all have they done, especially when they go into their teenage years. They build portfolio to show to the external world. And also, there's a lot of feedback that they constantly seek to improve themselves. Yeah, this feedback is not what somebody else is giving because they want to give. This feedback is what children want from others. And so this develops them from inside. They become strong, empowered beings from inside, very confident, very reliant on themselves. Finally, people ask, hey, what about professional journey? How will they earn the money? That's actually very simple. At any time, they can go back into the school or 10th or 12th or degree system, whether they have studied before in any school or college or not, that doesn't matter. So you can give 10, 12 degree at any time, whether you're 40 years old or 14, at any point of time. Interestingly, they can also do what we call as passion to profession journey, where they don't go through degrees, which is what I was giving example of my two children who have not done any degrees, but who are professionals in their field. The best news is the world today is not looking for degrees. The world today is looking for what work have you done? Can you show me what you have done? And that's the most beautiful thing. And they're very excited when they see such self-driven individuals They want them because they see they are more responsible, they are more hardworking, they are more focused, and they are actually always open to learn. That's the best thing they like about these individuals, these open learners. They're always open for learning. Yeah, always excited to learn. Yeah. So that was about child-based education in a quick form. Let me little tell you about education, and I will again repeat these 5 points, but now tell you how Aarohi works. Right. So Aarohi works with individual children at our campus. Our campus is about 55 kilometers from Bangalore. It's a residential campus. Children who like to be part of the campus, they come here, they stay. If they are from Bangalore or close by cities, they go back home on the weekends, and so on. I'm not getting into logistical details, just giving you an overall idea. But what do we do? How do we you know get the child to discover what they like, develop what is good in themselves, and nurture them as unique individuals? How do we do that? Let's talk about that. As I was saying, the older children, the 9+ can be at independently at our residential campus. Younger children can be 1 week in a month with a parent. So that's called a parent child, where every month you come for 1 week, and rest of the weeks you connect with Aarohi online from your home. Because for younger children, home is more important. Older children can stay here also, and also home is important. Yeah. So that's the child at Aarohi campus. So how do we see this growth at Aarohi campus? Well, we start when the child is younger. We focus on exposure, because younger children like to be exposed to lots of different things. As they start growing older, 7, 8, 9, 10, they start getting exploring things that they like. So they started more moving towards one thing or few things or many things. As they grow a little older, 12, 13, 14, actually 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, they get into more expertise. They choose one domain and they kind of go deeply into it. That's what we call the deep dive stage. And finally, if they continue in this journey, then by around whatever, start 19, 20, 21, 25, they get into enterprise level, which means they start earning. Okay, this is typically the journey of even my both children and many other children that I was talking about. Realize even at expertise stage or enterprise stage, they don't stop exposing themselves or exploring. So exploration is all carried forward. Expertise is where the skill is developed, and enterprise is where we start earning. That's a typical journey. Now, how does this work at the campus? Right now, I'm talking about people who in this audience are interested in child being at the campus. The first thing, which is the same now, the 5 points, how are they applied at Aarohi campus? The first thing is each child creates his or her own dynamic learning plan. Why again the use of the word dynamic, because it keeps changing, it keeps evolving. In fact, Aarohi, the word Aarohi means evolving. Each one of us is constantly evolving. So the children make their own learning plan with the help of their parents, with the help of all their peers and all of us together. And this plan is reviewed, revised every day, every week, every month, every quarter, and so on. Yeah, so that's the first thing. The second thing that at campus we all do is, for each one of us, we see, hey, what kind of exploration, what kind of projects, what kind of resources will really match the plan. So everybody is helping each one, including the child himself or herself, to build these activities, projects, explorations, excursions, and so on. Yeah. So that's the second thing. So this is to feed the plan. So number 2 is feeding number 1. The resources and the projects and the activities and explorations are feeding their learning plan. Right. The third thing is, we also go a lot into the real world, do projects in real world, interact with the real world, learn with the real world out of the campus into this beautiful, amazing world we have. So we are constantly learning from people outside, from places outside, from things that we can do outside on a daily, weekly basis. And at the same time, number 4, we are also looking at the world inside us, our emotions, our relationships, our intelligence, our confidence. How are we as a self, our fears, and so on. So we are working at 2 worlds at the same time, the outside world and the inside world. Yeah. So that's how each one is unique and how each one is nurtured. And finally, which I talked about earlier, the passion to profession journey. If somebody is interested, somebody can go back to 10, 12, and college, or somebody can continue the journey. We work with children up to 21 years, actually adults at 21, but till that age where they, in teen years especially, they do a lot of client projects, a lot of networking, internships, apprenticeships, lots of stuff they do out in the industry, and that's why industry love them. And they, most of them, get actually appointments and jobs even before they are ready for them, and they have to say no because they want to learn more and grow more. Yeah. Right. So what happens after a few years at campus? The few years can be anything. Minimum is 1 year, maximum can be 6, 7, 8, 10. How many years? The child can either go back to 10, 12, back to college, or continue their journey and become a professional. You can see in the screen left side is Radhika, who chose to go back to college. She did 10, 12 in college. 10, 12 she did in a school and then went to college. And on the right hand side, you see Skanda, who chose not to give 10, 12, no degrees, no college, and he's already a professional in his field. Yeah. Um, if you are interested in your child, I'm not saying want to join, but interested in your child being at Aarohi campus, then the invitation to you is come and stay with us for a week. And that's when you will really experience, you and your child, the whole family come and experience how learning, education happens at the Aarohi campus. So this was about people interested in Aarohi campus. Now let me move to the second thing that we offer. So one is we are offering the campus for children to come and stay here. The second thing we offer is we call it Aarohi Deep. Aarohi Deep, what is it? It's as simply, it's an online platform, mostly for homeschoolers, unschoolers, where you from home connect with like-minded families, other homeschooling, unschooling families who are part of this. So it's a cohort, it's a closed group who meet every week, many times, as well as interact throughout the week and learn from each other, share with each other, and grow with each other. We get lots and lots of things. So what does this deep does for you? Well, what is deep doing is exactly what we are doing at campus. It is helping you to work with your child to again discover, develop, and nurture them, their strengths, their capabilities, their talents. That's what deep does. But in deep, we work with you as a parent, not with the child. Right? At campus, we work with the child directly. At deep, we work with you, the parent, and you work in turn with the child. What does deep give? Exactly, again, the 5 points. First thing is obviously the curriculum, how to design the curriculum, how to co-design. Co-design meaning you design it with the child. How to design lots of exposures, how to build a routine, how to make a plan, whether the child is 4 years old or 8 years old, and so on. Right? And especially this is suitable for people who are staying far from Aarohi campus, which is like people like Gunjan, whom you are in Agra, and so on. Yeah. So this is the first part that the deep does, where you together with your child learn how to design the whole learning space. The second thing that deep will help you with is how to co-create all the resources that you need, people that you need to connect with, places, opportunities, projects, and exploration for your child. Again, the word co-create, because you do it together with your child. You don't do it alone. You work as a team. Your support is already there at home. We are there to further value add to it. Yeah. The third thing that Deep does is help you to co-discover different styles of your child, your own learning style, your child's learning style, different methods, different modes of learning, how to expand their learning in any field, how to enrich their already explorations, and how to explore millions of possibilities in this world. Yeah, that's the discovering part. Obviously, we also help you to co-assess with the child, and which is done through reflection, reflection, reflection. That's the most important thing, where you together, you and the child, do the reflection, daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, whatever, however you want. You also track and map yours or the child's or both progress. You also learn how to seek feedback in many, 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 many different ways and build your family's learning portfolio. And as children grow older, they make their own portfolio. Finally, the fifth thing is again deep diving. If any child wants professional journey or deeper into one interest, how do you go deep dive into one interest or into yourself as a person or into this world, and how do you explore different professional pathways? Yeah, so that's deep for you. You are with a close knit group of like minded parents. You're meeting every day, not every day. You're meeting at least twice a week in a week, and but interacting every day. It's through a one year membership. Yeah, so minimum is 1 year because we need to build rapport with you, connect with you. We are all there. Aarohi facilitators are all there to support you through our deep experience because we have done this journey with our children. Yeah. Third thing. So those were the two things. First one was for children at campus. Second one was for parents. Um, Okay. And the third thing that we offer is Jagrati. Jagrati.
Gunjan, Shweta, Monica, is Ratnesh frozen for all of you?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So maybe he'll come back in a minute. Till then, I will share with you about Jagrati. Jagrati happens, it's an unparenting, unlearning program for parents. It is an online based program where it happens twice a week in the night time. So anybody and everybody, all the parents can join it. Even the would-be parents can join it. So it is a program which actually open a lot of doors and windows for parents. Trust me, I have done it myself 4 times and I'm still exploring and I'm still trying to understand where all more can I, really be a better parent or a better person or better human being. So that is there. So Jagrati happens mostly 2 times in a year. That is January one time and June, July one time. June, I think, June one time. Sometimes it also happens in November, but mostly it is January and June. So yeah, it is a pretty like go-to kind of a session, like 11 sessions, 11 online sessions at night time, 2 2 hour session. So if you none of you have done this Jagriti session, I would highly recommend it because it is a completely new way of looking at your own child. Okay. Before that, you might be thinking something, and trying to figure out something with your own child. But after Jagriti, maybe you'll start questioning yourself and start looking at yourself before, questioning a child or whatever. Yeah. Sorry, I'm blabbing too much. If anybody has to say anything, please go on. Okay. Any questions from Gunjan, Shweta, Monica? Anything you want to ask related to open learning, related to... So I'm myself a parent who has been doing this since more than 6 years. So you can ask. Yes, Ratnesh, I have little bit tried to cover for Jagrati. You can now also add on.
Uh, yeah, sorry, I got logged out, some network issue. Right. So I think Preeti, did you share a little about Jagrati?
Yeah, I did, but I would like you to do, do the honors because I might miss out on something.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, no, that's okay. That's okay. It's Jagrati, you can't miss out much. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about the third main Aarohi offers, which is a small program. It's about 11 sessions. which happens twice a week. But it's very, very intense. It is so intense that it will last you a lifetime. Yeah. And it is, if you are wanting to deeply work with your child, understand yourself as parent, then that's an amazing starting point. That's like a must do. Yeah. It is in a way a brief of what all we have learned from children. Yeah. So that's why that is so important. Um, Right. So I think I will not bring the presentation back. That's pretty much I wanted to share these three things. You can be at the campus, you can be part of Deep, and there's this Jagrati program which we started in 2002, sharing our learnings, and now it's 67th batch, which will be starting in June. I think Gunjan already uh, registered for it, so that's okay. That's great actually. So let's chit chat now. If whoever can come on video, please come on video. Others at least join on audio. We have about 6:37. We have about 20-25 minutes to. If you have any questions, if you want to discuss anything, yeah, if you want to know how to take this forward, yeah, please. This is a good time for you to come and ask. You can come. If you can come on video, I get a visual connect. So that would be really nice, even if it's for a few minutes. But at least we can connect on audio, definitely. If you just can't come on video, audio, chat is also fine. But I would prefer video because I like to be visually connected with people. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Shweta. You can call me Ratnesh. No need to call me sir or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Actually, till sixth standard, my child was going to school. He
Sure.
was going to school, and now I'm thinking for this Aarohi and all that. So, what should be my first step for this?
Oh, first step is please come and experience. Or in a way, first step you have already taken. You are here for this orientation, at least to understand child-based education. Whether you are part of ROE or not, that's a separate
Oh,
thing, right? But if you're interested to your child, if you want to explore the option of ROE, child joining at campus, then please come and experience with the child. Stay with us for a week and experience for a week. I'll just give you the link. May we are closed in the sense that the campus is closed, but in June we have June and July. You can come and visit and stay, and if you like, you can join, and yeah, that's how it goes. All right, as
okay.
that. So, but you have to. That is like mandatory that you experience because this is so different from what we are all so used to. So you must experience how this whole thing works. Plus, you have to also see whether you as a family, especially your child and you, the parents, vibe with this whole community, with all the families, with all the children. There is a certain, whatever vibe and energy of this place, which if you like you connect with, then it's great. Yeah. So I'm giving you the
Okay.
link. You go to that link, Shweta, you can register for when you would like to visit. There are a number of options in June and July. May we are completely closed, as in the campus is completely
Yeah.
closed.
Okay, there are no seats for me.
No, there's no question of seats. This is not a school, first of all, Shweta.
Okay.
ROD is a community of families who are doing this together, right? This is not a school, so there is no question of seat. Everybody will join in June only. Even the children who are regular part of Aarohi will
Hmm.
now, everybody has a holiday in May. All the children have left. The campus is closed and the campus will reopen in June. So we also get a 1 month break. We travel, all the children also travel different places and all that, like a summer break. And then we restart in June. So that's when you come, you you can experience, and then if you like, you can join.
Okay, so it is all practical, means there is no theory logic, means the studies which were going in the school. So here the concept is totally different.
Yes. So you're beginning to understand the concept. I would suggest Also, if you have more Saturdays available, keep coming back to this Saturday meetup so that you get more and more clarity. You ask more and more questions before you actually visit. Do I make
Okay.
sense? Yeah. So
Yes,
even
sir.
your spouse, even your child, even your child, let them attend this orientation. Let them understand how is this. Actually, this is not something very strange or very new. This is very common. All of us learn like that. Think
Right.
about it. For the last 5 years, you would have learned so many things. How did you learn it? You didn't go to a school or a college. You just
Mm.
thought, oh, I want to learn this. Okay, I want to do this. Let me try doing this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me look up internet. Let me look something on YouTube. Let me ask Preeti. She knows how to do this. Your neighbor or whatever, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
it's something very, very natural. And uh, yeah, Preeti, you want to respond to that? Yeah,
I was
and
just
then we'll take
adding on
Monica, your
chat.
question also. Yeah, sorry.
I was just adding on chat also to recommend to go on the website of Aarohi. Just search Aarohi on Google. You will get immediately Aarohi, Aarohi
I
Life
shared the link
Education.
already, actually.
Yeah, so that website has so much to consume that yeah, I think one lifetime is less for it. Yeah, a
Actually,
lot
ma'am,
of
I'm
thing is there. Yeah,
sorry.
Shweta.
I'm actually confused that fine if I'm interested to join in June to join Aarohi, but what my spouse says that so now what we should do? Should we leave the school? Means without leaving school, it's not possible to come there and join
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
to.
Yeah. So, yeah, at some point you will have to leave the school when you decide, whenever you want to decide to leave the school. Yeah. So that's something that you will have to do. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so even he is confused that what portion will continue there means homeschooling is something that something we have to study at home and then just for the exam we should go to the center and give the exam. So he is saying that that is
Yeah,
the homeschooling. So
yeah,
concept,
that is homeschooling. In some ways,
yeah,
that is homeschooling, where you are bringing the school to home. But
yes,
what Aarohi is not trying to copy the school. It is saying let the child learn what the child wants to learn. If the child wants to do origami the whole day, or do carpentry the whole day, or play, or do 10 things in a day, that let the child learn what the child wants to learn. Child can learn a lot of theory. There are lots of books. We have a bus full of library, or rather, bus full of books as library. So, see, don't think that theory is not there. What is theory? Theory is concept. Concepts are there in books, in videos, so beautifully explained in millions of videos on YouTube from the most expert people. So there is no dearth of content. Okay, we are not talking about the content. We are talking about child's intent. What does the child gets fired about? Does he like history? Does he like aeroplanes? Does he like crochet? Does he like baking? What does he like? Or he may like all of these, or he may explore all of these now and decide when the child is maybe 18 or 17 or 20, this is what I want to do in life. Are you getting me? So this is not a place where there is only one teacher who will teach me something. There are no classes. He will decide if he wants somebody to teach him, he will find a teacher. Finding teacher is no problem. Yeah. What is important is to find oneself first. What is it that I want to learn? That is the biggest thing. We don't find ourselves, we are finding everything outside. Yo, the most important person is me for me. So the
actually
child,
it is right that yeah, sorry,
yeah, so the
sorry,
child
sir.
is here to discover himself. And in that
Okay,
process, if the child needs to give an exam tomorrow, the child will prepare and give exam tomorrow. If you go to our website, you will see there are so many children who have also done like that. They've gone and studied and given examination. There are children who have never gone to school at 17, they studied and gave 10th, and at 18, they give 12th, then wherever they want. All kinds of
Mukesh, your
children.
voice is
You don't
breaking.
have to go to school all the time to be. Have you power? That's if the child discover his or her power, then he can crack anything. Yes, Monica, we can hear from you also. While we'll take more questions from Shweta.
Hi,
Yes.
thanks Ratnesh and thanks Preeti for organizing this. And it's really wonderful to hear everybody. Uh, my son is going to turn 4 years this 11th. And he
Sure.
started his school last September, though the session in North India starts in April, right? So we were of the opinion since the beginning that we do not want to send him to school until 5 years of age. We were pretty successful until September in, learning at home, experimenting, and all that human values that we could really inculcate in him. We have been successful. However, lately, what we have observed is the usual concern that we had before enrolling him to school. I had literally, had a sleepless night the day before he went to school because I was kind of assuming that he might lose everything that we have given him or whatever we have, experienced so far. He'll be again in the same rat race. Sorry, I'm being a bit emotional. And we really see that, we are kind of failing. He was such a curious child. He's not anymore. That curiosity is dead in 8 months. And I can't really accept the fact that the amount of effort we did for 3 years, it's going down the drain.
Sure.
And but I'm in Gurgaon. How do we really make it happen is something that I, want to really come to. Yeah.
Sorry, your voice is a little bit.
Am I audible now?
Yeah. See, all the energy, all the abilities are still there in the child. So there's nothing to worry about. Yes. If you're not happy with the schooling system, it was the same with us. In our case, it was just the opposite. My daughter was getting A+ in everything, right? And we said, this is terrible. If a child is getting A+ in everything, that means she's not learning anything. She's only getting A+. Right? So we pulled her out of the school. The first thing we did was come out of the school. We didn't know what we would do with her. But at least let's pull her out of the school so that now she can actually explore herself. Forget the world. First, she has to explore herself. What is it that I want to do? See, this question, what do I do now? Is such a beautiful question. Do I want to water plants, or do I want to climb trees, or do I want to make something, or do I want to read a book, or do I want to write a book, or what do I want to do? So that is what this whole journey is all about. The child discovering himself. Yeah. And whether the child is 4 or 12 or 18, the age doesn't make any difference. Right? At all times, and not just 4, 8, 18, even 35, when I switched from whatever other work I was doing and I said, enough of this. Like you said, the rat race, I said, enough of, I don't want to earn money. I want to do something which gives me a lot of joy the whole day. Both me and my wife left our jobs also, just like you're talking about leaving school. And Shweta is talking about leaving school. We left all our jobs. We threw away all our work. In fact, ours was not a job. Ours was a flourishing business. We said, no, we don't want this business. Okay, we don't want to earn money. We want to earn joy. And we left all of that and we will work with children. And it has been such an exciting journey since then. Right? Don't earn too much, but that doesn't matter. What matters is we earn a lot of joy on a daily basis. So that's what it's all about. Yes, that's what Aarohi is all about. That's what we have all been doing all this while. And now we want to like this. So whether it's Gunjan talking about this or Monica, you talking about it. Okay. So that's where, and for both of you at least, and even for Shweta, but both of you at least, I would say start with Jagrati. That's the place to start, because the first person we need to work on is not the child.
Yeah, 100%.
We need to work on ourselves first.
Yes. The only
because we are the most important person in the child's life. Right? We are influencing, we are creating all the energies around the child. So that's the Jagrati program. Okay, I would suggest please join that program. And if you are doing homeschooling, unschooling, even if you are sending him to school, doesn't matter whatever age the child is. Then the second thing is for you and Gunjan is the DEEP program. Or rather the DEEP cohort. It's not a program, it's a group which then keeps creating its own program. So these are the two. Is something that I would like to. For Shweta, I was already suggesting, Shweta, if you attend as many of these meetups and come in June for a week to experience it. That's what I was suggesting for that. Yeah, Preeti, you want to
Yeah,
add
hi,
something?
guys. I
Yeah,
have a
you have
question with
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Before
Me
you
and
start,
my
sorry,
husband,
sorry.
so
Mr.
it's
Gunjan,
okay,
sorry,
it's okay,
sorry.
fine.
Before you start, I'll just connect with Monica and share a bit what she was sharing. Then we'll take your question. Sorry if
Gunjan, your
I
Okay,
voice
yeah,
is
interrupted.
sure,
breaking for me.
sure.
Yeah. So, Monica, trust me, I understand your tears. Honestly, I understand it because they come to me very often. Okay. Because every time in life, we as parents, we start feeling ki, okay, we are failing as parents, or whatever we started with, or with whatever intent we started this journey, or whatever efforts we put in, that somewhere something is happening with it, and it is not
Not.
giving you a fulfilling this thing response, or the child goes into a many different ways, into many different cycles of life. Believe me, abhi your child is 4 years. Let your child get into the teenage. Ask Ratnesh, ask. Like for me right now, my daughter, she's just entered 13. Till now, I used to, say this thing very loud and clear ki 13, 14, 15, all this teen thing is just a number thing. It has no meaning at all. It is just the marketing facade and all of that. But trust me, there is a lot of thing that is happening, and every now and then I feel what's happening, and I do get worried, troubled, and all of that. But one thing which keeps me up and on is the child. Okay.
Hmm.
And that confidence comes from Aarohi, from Jagriti, from the community that we are in, and that confidence, like why do I every Saturday come here in this meeting, is to keep polishing my own this thought, ki, like where I am slipping off, I just need to get up again. I just need to get. So as a parent, what Ratnesh was saying, ki, it is more to do with us
Yeah.
than to do with the child. Okay,
Yeah.
if we are sorted in our head, believe me, the whole world is sorted. So
True.
for that, Aarohi, Jagriti is super important. First thing, it will change a lot of dynamics in our own understanding, our own thinking with our child. That is first. Second is definitely Deep is a very helpful space where from Gurgaon or from long distances or with a younger child, you're not able to reach out to the campus. You can online connect and connect with the community of people who are like-minded and who have a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, and you pick and choose whatever thoughts and ideas you want from that plethora of things that are available. So you
Yeah.
pick those things. So that is also another next thing. And then further to that, when your child grows a little older and you're able to manage the logistics and stuff, then Aarohi campus is another place where it will give you such a grounding, which to me it has given. I don't know about my child, but to me it has given such a high, means being from Bombay, being from a city where you have so many things which just go, you don't even notice certain things in your life and you're
True.
doing unconsciously. But when you go to Aarohi and live there for some time, you come back to life. So these are few things I would like to share, and I totally
True.
understand.
Yeah, sorry to cut here. Preeti and Ratnesh, June you will be back. In case we have a travel plan for future, maybe we would be able to visit the campus, right? And we can experience.
Sure. Yeah. Throughout the year from June to April, there are many weeks. For you, there is no hurry. Your child is 4. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no hurry to visit the campus per se for you and Gunjan. For you, I would first recommend Jagriti without any doubt, right? Because if you come to campus after doing Jagriti, that will make a far more, because then you
Mhm.
can see everything in action, right?
Yeah.
A whole lot of things. Yeah. It was that the visiting the campus was more for, let's say, somebody like Shweta who might be interested in joining at campus. For them, it's absolutely important that Shweta and family comes and stays here. Uh, but yeah, anyhow, you can keep coming in these Saturday meetups. In May, the only action that is happening is these Saturday meetups. all other actions are closed. Yeah.
So only June we can visit there.
Yes,
On
yes, dear. Yeah, I've given you the link that will give you all the possible weeks in which you can come in
Okay.
June and July. Don't worry that in only June, we have exactly when we use the word rat race. I know you didn't use it. That's the problem. We think everything is so much time bound. The first thing when you reach Shweta at the gate of Aarohi, you know what you will find written? Go slow. Right at the
Mm-hmm.
outside gate, we are so much in a hurry for everything. Slow down. If you want to take the child out of the school, take out without any thought. Just know that your child is extremely resourceful. You are resourceful as parents, and everything will build beautifully. Don't worry. If you want to go back next year to schooling or after a few years to college, absolutely no problem. You can do that. Thousands and thousands and thousands of children have done that. Okay. I can only give you an assurance. But more importantly, I will say that as a team, without even knowing you, without having met you, I know you guys rock because three people is a lot of energy and thinking and so on. And then further your further circles and count us in as part of that circle now that you have connected with us. We are there to support you, help you, guide you. Whether you join ROE or not, that's immaterial. Yeah.
Definitely,
So
Gunjan.
what is important is you start the journey. And the best way to start the journey is to say bye to the journey where you are not enjoying, and then you start swimming around, figuring out how you want to take this forward. With ROE as one option, I'm sure there can be many more options for you.
Yeah, hi Ratnesh. My question was related, like my husband was a little susceptible about the social skills. Matlab, like we all have met people in school initially, so we used to learn how we talk to people. Because my son was a little shy earlier, but when he joined the school, his shyness is going away. So my husband was saying, matlab, like his of this is his opinion, or he's a little doubt he's having, that matlab, my child will not lose out on the social skill, that meeting people, and that because we have
Okay,
seen
tell
the
me,
change.
Gunjan, if does that mean that everybody who goes through schooling is completely unshy?
No, not at all. I was a very,
So
very introvert child, and my husband is extremely extrovert, because that's
yeah,
why
so
I don't have any
how
problem
is
with
wait,
introvert.
wait, pause. If you're saying no, if you're saying even if I look in adults, 50% are introverts, 50% are extroverts, let's assume that, then schooling
Yeah,
has got nothing to do with it. Okay, that's one thing. And if you do Jagrati, then you will realize that there is nothing wrong in being an introvert. There's nothing
yeah,
wrong in
definitely. If
being shy.
I am being an introvert, I can understand that, because my husband is extremely extrovert, so he's
Yes,
having
yes.
this doubt.
Ask him to join Jagrati. By the end of the Jagrati, all of these will change. We have been fed these parameters. We have been conditioned that okay, you have to be smart, you have to be outgoing, you have to be do this, you have to be doing that. Oh no, 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 no. The most important thing is you have to be you. That nobody tells us. Be how you are. Discover yourself. Okay. Kind of marvel yourself. Okay. Value yourself. That nobody talks about. But we are talking
And
about the
and
child-based education where we are focusing on what the child is. We're not trying to change or fix or make something out of the child. Yeah. So please don't think that school and colleges do anything to anything, right? It is a system which gives a certain track on which you can possibly get a job. Not that also in today's world is not guaranteed. Yeah. But
definitely.
otherwise, if we think that the schools or colleges give us social skills, not at all, right? If then everybody would have been top in social skills, top extroverts, nobody would be shy. In fact, that would be horrible if the world was everybody was not shy. I think shyness is so much beautiful. Yeah. So we'll talk about that more. But what I'm saying is we have to understand our child, not the world. What the world is talking about is all marketing. Okay, what the world think is important is let the world think what is important. We have to find out what our child thinks, what our child values, and what he values at 4 will be different to what he values at 8 and 12 and 16 and 20 and 25 and 55. And since we are all the time evolving, Gunjan, I'm sure you have evolved as a human being. Why the worry? The last thing the child needs is a worried parent. Right? I would rather
Yeah,
have a parent
definitely, definitely.
who is on my side rather than a parent who is behind me worrying. Right? That's why I said we need to work on ourselves first. Yeah. So
Working
yeah,
on
so many questions, sure, and we can have more questions. I'm sure Preeti wants to,
add.
answer, also add something. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So while Preeti shares some of her thoughts today, it is a little hard stop for me. So I want to kind of end the meeting kind of now. We do it 5 to 6, but you can keep coming to more Saturdays. Invite your spouses, relatives, friends, your parents, as in the child's grandparents, and so on. Yeah. Please go ahead. I'm also launching a small poll just to see what are you interested in. You can tick multiple things that you are interested in, and while you listen to Preeti. But meanwhile, bye bye from my side. I've given you all the links. I hope you're already connected on the WhatsApp. If you need anything, you can connect with me on the WhatsApp.
Ratnesh, I
Yeah,
forgot my point.
yeah. Please.
I forgot what, please.
It must be about social skills.
Yeah. Yeah. So also it's about what Ratnesh stopped like at the last point where he was saying ki it is about us, the parents, because I have myself seen. Am I audible? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes.
so I have seen parents hitting a school going child for being shy. Okay. So whose fault here is? Like, is it child's or is it school parents or is it school? So it is basically what Ratnesh had closed at. Ki it is everything to do with us, everything to for us to understand, to reflect, to introspect, and to go deeper in our own selves first. Ki hum kya chahte hain? Like, what do we really want? And
yeah.
every day will be a new day with the child. This I can assure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
child is always evolving, and so are we. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
To please click on the poll so that we know what to send you the relevant information that would really help us. And yeah, so please do the poll. I'm sure it's there on your screen. And yeah, thank you for joining us today. And yeah, if you want, please connect with us. If you want more information, or and keep coming back to these Saturday meetups. And if you're joining Jagriti, we'll see you in June. Jagriti starts on 26 June. If you're wanting to come and experience, then you see when you want to come, and we'll meet you at that time. Yeah. Thank you once again. Do check the poll, and thank you, and stay connected. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Have a nice weekend.